Hello, and here's another algebra video. This time it's expanding double brackets using the FOIL method. FOIL meaning first, outers, inners, and last. So expanding double brackets. So if you have an algebraic expression in the form of a plus b brackets, c plus d in brackets, and they're right next to each other, this is formally called a quadratic equation, and you can expand it using the following process. So similar to before, we can draw the rainbows if you want. So basically everything in the first bracket needs to be multiplied by everything in the second bracket. So if you use a FOIL method, you multiply the firsts to begin with. So A and C are the first terms in the bracket. So multiply the first out, and then you would multiply the outers, so meaning the outside ones, A and D. Then you would multiply the inners, and then you would multiply the lasts. So B and D are the lasts. The inners are B and C. So if you were to draw your rainbows, so if you asked to expand this particular one, a plus b bracket c plus d, I need to lock this. Okay, that's better. So a by c becomes ac, so I'm doing the firsts. Then I do the outers. A by d is equal to ad. And then I do the inners, b and c. And then I do the lasts, b times d. And then you would combine any like terms. In this case, there's no like terms like AC, AD, BC, BD. There's no like terms going on there. So the expansion rule is sometimes called the FOIL rule because, as I said, it's the first, outers, inners, lasts. FOIL is not considered an instruction. FOIL is just a method. The instruction would be to expand. So you might be given an expression and you would just be asked to expand. If you're not asked to simplify, you have to automatically simplify. So if it's expand, you need to do the rainbows. Plus, if there's any like terms that can be collected, you need to collect them. So that's what the simplify means. So expand means expand and simplify. So even if they don't tell you to simplify, you have to automatically simplify your final answer. So here's an expression, and it's double brackets next to each other like this. So meaning x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 2 plus 7. So do the first. So I multiply the firsts. X by x gives me x squared. See, I tend not to do this middle step, so that's why I've crossed it out. So x times x gives you x squared. Then I do the outers. X times 7 is plus 7x. Then I do the inners. Positive 3 times positive x is positive 3x. And then I do the lasts. Positive 3 times positive 7 is positive 21. Tends to be on the very last term people get a bit tired and maybe they'll make a mistake. They'll add by mistake instead of multiplying, or they'll get the negative signs wrong. So just be careful. Always double check, particularly your last term. And then you see if you can collect any like terms. X squared plus 7x plus 3x plus 21. Collect any like terms if possible. Even if they don't say simplify, you have to automatically do this. So x squared is a different term to x's. This is a constant term. But 7x and 3x can be added together if you just add the coefficients together. 7 plus 3 is 10. So this becomes 10x. So our answer is x squared plus 10x plus 21. And this is all because 10x is equal to 7x plus 3x. That's how we got 10x there. And then that's the final answer. The final answer has 3 terms. The middle step has 4 terms in it. And then if you can collect like terms, you might end up with fewer terms in the final answer. Then we've got x minus 2 brackets x plus 4. So same thing, do the firsts. The firsts are the x and the x. X times x gives you x squared. Again, I cross this out because this is a waste of time, this step here. You should show this step and this step. So x squared, then do the outers. X by 4 is 4x plus 4x. Then do the inners. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And then do the lasts. Negative 2 times positive 4 is negative 8. Again, people make mistakes in the final term. So really check thoroughly, double check your final term is correct. And then collect any like terms. So x squared doesn't combine with anything, minus 8 doesn't combine with anything, but 4x take away 2x is just 2x. So see, 4x take away 2x is 2x. There we go, final answer here. There you go, sort of just pointing out, some people see it in a different way, some people see this visually. So if you've got something like 2x plus 1, x plus 2, let's try this one out using the FOIL method. Do the firsts. The firsts are 2x by x, 2x squared. So sometimes people make mistakes with that. 2x times x, it's not 3x. When you're doing these rainbows, you're multiplying. 2x multiplied by 3x is 2x squared. Then do the outers. 2x times 2 is plus 4x. Then try the inners. Positive 1 times x, positive 1x. And then do the lasts. Positive 1 times 2, positive 2. Combine any like terms. We've got a constant here, we've got an x squared here, but we've got x's here, so we can combine these. Positive 4x plus x is plus 5x. So 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. They've kind of tried to sort of demonstrate it visually for you here. So if you've learned a visual method through someone else, that's okay, you can keep using that method. Let's try some more examples. Expand and simplify. Feel free to pause and try these ones yourself, and then just check with my answers if you like. And then, so assuming you've done that, now you can check your answers. So we've got x times 2x is 2x squared first, then the outers, x times 5 is 5x, 3 times 2x is the inners, 6x, positive 5 times positive 3 is plus 15. Again, people make mistakes here, they might by accident add and put 8. So make sure you're multiplying. Then you collect like terms. X squared term, a constant term. Here we've got some x terms, so we can combine these. Positive 5x plus 6x is 11x. So 2x squared plus 11x plus 15 is our final answer. Here we've got another example. So let's try our firsts. 4x times 2x. Hopefully it gives you this answer down here. 8x squared. What's 4x times negative 5? That's right, it's negative 20x. What's negative 1 times 2x? That's right, it's negative 2x. What's negative 1 times negative 5? It's positive 5. So really check carefully, because again, people make mistakes here. They might put negative 5. Negative times a negative is a positive. Then can you collect any like terms? We've got a constant, we've got an x squared, we've got some x terms here that we can combine in this case. So what's negative 20x? Take away 2x. Have a think. What would it look like on a number line? You'd be at negative 20 and you'd go backwards by 2 and further negative. So you write negative 22x. So 8x squared, take away 22x plus 5 is the final answer to that. If the above methods aren't working for you, maybe try this alternative table method. So I've kind of got to tell you, some people like this table method. I use the FOIL method above. But if it's really not working for you and you've learnt this, or you've learnt this table method before, you can use this. So expand and simplify. 4x minus 1, 2x plus 5. See how they put, so you can rule up your table, sort of like a four, like, you know, you've got 2 columns, 2 rows, that kind of thing. 4x minus 1, 4x minus 1, 2x minus 5, 2x minus 5. You could have had 4x minus 1 here, 2x minus 5 there. That would have been the same thing. And then what goes here is the multiple of these two. So 4x, or the product of these two. 4x times 2x, 8x squared, minus 1 times 2x, minus 2x. 4x times negative 5, negative 20x. Negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. And so on. They've tried to sort of mention that a bit here. So therefore you've got 8x squared minus 2x minus 20x plus 5, and then you combine like terms. So the mathematics behind it is the same. It's just that it's set up in a slightly different kind of way. Yep, so thank you very much. Oh, maybe we've got some more examples here. No, actually we don't have that in your booklet. So that's the end of this video. Okay, thank you.